like there's only one guy left. This game has been so fun and not at all traumatizing. And I'm so excited to figure out all of the endings that I'll get with this guy, who is the main one on the cover art. So that makes me feel really confident that this guy is going to be really light and fun and treat me to an awesome date and then let me go home by myself and won't do any horrible things to me.
He grinned widely as his tentacles ripped through my stomach.
So let's just go into this with the highest of hopes and get some sensual company. Maybe I won't drink tonight. I'll just listen to music at this lounge. I better dress classy for this place. I don't want to stick out. I walked into the lounge and watched beautiful women on stage sing for the patrons. I chose a table and took a seat. It felt like there were eyes on my back, but I couldn't put my finger on where it was coming from. Good evening. I nearly flew out of my chair at the sound of a man's voice near my ear. Hello, I am digging the soul patch. That is a beautiful choice. I turned to the handsome man near me and I let out a shuddering breath. The soul patch. What was my problem? It's not like I haven't seen a man before. Enjoying the music? Yes, it's very nice. Oh, how rude of me. I forgot to introduce myself. My name is RIRE? Like ire? With an R? Again, please don't be mad at me if it's something like RIRE. I'm gonna go with RIRE. And you are? The name's Cece. Oh, it's very nice to meet you, sir. I'm just gonna go with this one. What a lovely name. Thank you so much. I looked at RIRE, who seemed to be enjoying the drink in his hand. There was something about him that was different than the other men. Is it the fact that he's wearing sunglasses in a really dark jazz lounge? That's probably what it is. Or the ponytail. Or the ponytail with the fringe in the front. Like, I think that's it. See something interesting? Or maybe it's this thing. What is that? It's like a silky, like, thing. I don't know what those are called. I snapped out of my haze and looked at RIRE, who was looking at me now. Oh, sorry, I didn't mean to stare. Don't worry, it's flattering. Not drinking tonight? No, I'm trying to spend at least one night without a drink in my hand. I laughed gently and RIRE looked back to the stage. It's for the best. Livers can only take so much. Yeah, I don't want to give mine any more of a pounding. RIRE let out a smooth laugh. Interesting choice of words. It really was. I felt myself getting a bit redder. Is it obvious that I don't belong yet? Don't worry, I won't tell a soul. Are you from around here? No, I'm not. Speaking of which, I must be off to find a hotel room to stay in for the night. We're not gonna be super forward. You're leaving already? I don't want to be out on the street now, do I? I sighed softly, but perked up. You can always stay with me if you like. You don't know this man. What do you mean you can stay? You cannot stay with me, sir. I do not know you. Good luck on your quest for a hotel room. See you never. This man has upside-down pentagrams on his vest. Ma'am. I chewed on my bottom lip, trying not to sound desperate. Too late. I thought you would never ask. We've been talking for 30 seconds. What do you mean you thought I would never ask? I would have assumed I wouldn't have asked. I am a complete stranger. My house wasn't far away from the lounge. RIRE kept a firm arm around my shoulders as I leaned up against him. How did it turn out this way? I know, our sanity is all the fucking way up. This is 100%. How is this happening? I shouldn't question it. This was nice. I think we should be questioning it. Come on in, make yourself at home. I opened my door and RIRE pushed me against the wall. I could feel the breath leave my lips as he pushed against me, pressing his lips against mine. Wasted no time. I hope you don't mind. I mean, obviously this is what we are wanting. We literally invited him to come stay the night with us. Do not know this man. Yep. Oh, it's a cravat. That's what they're called. The little... Yep. Something didn't feel right, but I pushed the feelings aside as I pushed his vest off. Okay. If you are ever in a situation like this and something doesn't feel right, even if it's just a little inkling in the back of your head, stop. There is no obligation to continue if you are not fully 100% comfortable with the situation. Just putting that into the universe. Eager little puppy. I feel like somehow that's worse than being called kitten. Oh. Uh-oh. Why was he wearing sunglasses inside anyways? Let's take his sunglasses off and see what is... Instant regrets. Little human, you shouldn't have done that. I mean, were you really gonna wear your sunglasses the whole time, man? RIRE put his hand around my throat and pushed down. He kept moving. Oh, no. Good night. Everything faded to black as he grinned, his pointed teeth showing. Show me your bits! I woke up the next day. Was last night a dream? I tried to move my body away from the bed and felt my wrist snap back. I was trapped. I should thank you. My head snapped up as I looked around for the familiar voice that spoke to me. For making it so easy for me. What are you doing here? Why am I tied up? I could feel my breath speed up as I looked at him. He kept that smirk on his face. You seem confused. Let me enlighten you. I get bored from time to time. RIRE leaned over me with a larger grin and all of his pointed teeth showed. And little humans like you are fun to toss around. How do we not notice his teeth? Like, I feel like big, giant, pointed teeth like this would have been super obvious. Like, maybe he could have, like, put them away like Sano did, because he had fangs sometimes, and sometimes he didn't. But, like, he obviously can't put the eyes away, so... I don't know. I'm looking too far into this. What are you if you're not human? Congratulations, you've just met a demon. RIRE slid his sunglasses down and showed off his yellow eyes. Whoa. I took a deep breath and bit my lip. I have to leave you for now, little human. RIRE put his hands on my face and slid them away gently. Be good. God, I'm tied up in my own damn house. That sucks. He smirked and disappeared. RIRE left me alone on the bed. I twisted my wrist a few times. That was no good. I pulled my arm out instead. Surprisingly, he didn't tie them tight enough. A part of me questioned if it was a trick or not, but I didn't have time to think about it. I threw on whatever I could find and bolted down the stairs. I need something to defend myself with. Where should I go? Probably kitchen, I would think. Find a knife or something. Oh, jeez. Oh, why did I dug around the drawer? Why did I pick cabinets? I meant drawers. Did I pick drawers? I don't even know what I clicked on. I ran to the kitchen and dug around in the drawers. There had to be something I could use. I grabbed the salt out of the cabinet. Salt. Salt! No. Salt is ghosts, right? Fuck. Are you hungry? I let out a shriek and moved my arm, the salt flying in his face. Do you think I'm dinner? Well, I suppose I could accommodate. Oh, shit. black tentacles shot out of his back and I screamed. I soon wished I hadn't opened my mouth as the tentacles pushed their way into my mouth. Is that tasty? Probably not. I could barely hear RIRE as the thick tentacles reached down my throat. Probably just focus on breathing. I felt my gag reflex trigger, but nothing could come up with the tentacles in the way. RIRE pulled the tentacles out of my mouth and flung me into the next room. I felt a long tentacle around my waist drag me across the ground. RIRE sat on the armchair in the room. He sipped out of a cup. When did he get that? Watching you run around this house is quite entertaining, but RIRE's tentacles ripped through my clothing and wrapped around me tightly. I want to have my fun now. The black tentacles pushed. Oh no. Oh no. Go fuck yourself, I guess. It's disgusting, I said to him. You're disgusting. I don't like what's happening. Get away from me. That was awful. I feel like these two are health and this one's probably sanity. But also, like, considering what just happened, I wouldn't want to be anywhere near unclothed with this little dickhead in my house. So maybe I'll eat something. I walked downstairs. Something smelled really good down here. I walked into the kitchen to see RIRE at the table with 2 plates of fancy-looking steak dinner. What are you doing? I made dinner. He grinned, all of his pointed teeth showing. Sure. I sat down and he slid the plate in front of me. Thank you. Of course. Can't have you starving now. Of course not. That would be awful. RIRE sat across from me, sipping tea and looking at a small book. I tentatively cut a piece of meat and put it in my mouth. It tasted great. This is actually really good. Did he leave and go shopping and come back? Like, thank you, that is very sweet. I didn't trust him at all, but I was really hungry and ate the rest of the food. Suddenly, something occurred to me. I don't recall buying steak. Oh God, what was it? I got up and ran back upstairs to bed. It occurred to me that he hadn't even touched his own plate of food. I didn't want to think about what that meat could have been. My eyes fluttered open and I felt a heavy arm around me. I slowly turned in my bed and looked at the person in bed with me. RIRE? He smirked at me and pushed up his sunglasses. What's wrong, Cece? Aren't you a demon? What? What are you talking about? How drunk were you last night? Oh, fuck off with the gaslighting. Get out of here. I could feel myself staring at him in disbelief. What did he mean? Did you have a nightmare? You were rolling around in your sleep last night. I looked down at my hands and then back at him. Are we supposed to believe that he fell asleep with his goddamn sunglasses on? Was that a nightmare? I scooted away from him, pulling my blankets up defensively. What's wrong? No, I could have sworn that you had what? Fucking tentacles! Yellow eyes, yes. I was beginning to doubt what I saw. Maybe it was just my imagination? I saw them. I squinted at his glasses. If I could just... Would you show me? You're acting strange. Why would you want to see my eyes? Because that's fucking weird to hide your eyes. You are sleeping with sunglasses on, bitch. That's so weird. I'm sure it's nothing, but I'd feel a lot better. Well, He removed his sunglasses and grinned at me. See, you can't gaslight me, bitch. I hadn't imagined it. His eyes were yellow. Surprise! Is it? I gasped and leaned away from him. You were lying. You caught me, little human. RIRE slipped out of my bed as I backed into my headboard, staring at him. I wonder if we, accept the gaslighting, would he leave? I feel like the obvious answer is no, he would not leave, but I wonder what would happen. I guess we'll die first, and then I'll go back and see what happens. He clapped his hands together condescendingly. Good job. I suppose I could let you live a bit longer. Oh, maybe because I didn't accept it, he let me live. He looked down at me as if I was prey. I held my knees closer. He put his hands on my knees and leaned in. I want to play with you more. He pushed off my knees and walked away. I might have been right, but that just meant he was as real as I thought. I waited a long while, curled up and trying to convince myself that this was some kind of crazy dream. I'm not sure how long I sat alone, but I realized that my house was perfectly quiet. I raised my head. Did he leave? I gulped and gathered my courage, then pushed myself from my bed. Hello? I listened. Nothing. RIRE? Something seemed wrong, but I couldn't put my finger on it. It was just so quiet. I tiptoed to my bedroom door and looked into the living room. It was filled with the same eerie silence. RIRE? My loud question almost frightened myself. I realized what was wrong. It was the silence. It was too perfect. I couldn't hear anything aside from myself. No cars driving by, no refrigerator hum, absolutely nothing. I peeked into the kitchen. I should be glad that RIRE was gone, but I couldn't stop the feeling of unease. I took a few deep breaths. Maybe it's just my house. I'll go outside, somewhere else. I approached the front door and turned the knob. I looked outside and felt my throat close up. It was my bedroom. No, that doesn't make sense. I slammed the door. The noise tore through the heavy silence. I stared at it, then opened it again. It can't be. This can't be happening. I tried to catch my breath, staring into my bedroom from my front door. I clutched my head. I'm still dreaming. I have to be. I heard a low chuckle. I swung around trying to find the source. It was so close, but everywhere. Fuck off. No, I can't let this get to me. I'm just having some kind of episode, hallucination, something. Maybe I ate something or fell. I closed the door. I tightened my grip on the knob, trying to focus on what felt real. I closed my eyes, then choked. The knob shattered in my hand. What? I looked down at my empty hand, then at the untouched, intact doorknob. I was shaking. I felt it. I touched the knob. Cold metal. It was perfectly fine. It's just a doorknob. I felt myself fighting not to cry. I'll go to my room, under the covers. This will go away. I began retracing my steps, heading back to my bedroom. I kept my head down, then glanced to my bedroom door. I stared. Did I get turned around? I looked around the living room, then stared at the blank wall where my bedroom door was supposed to be. My knees were shaking. I couldn't help but cry in frustration. Stop it. I fell to the floor and held my arms close. I yelled out again into silence. Leave me alone. Yeah. I had to face this. I stood back up. RIRE, get your little ass over here right now. I breathed hard and looked around quickly. Where are you? I'm right here. Something shoved me. I yelped in surprise. Are you learning my tricks, little human? I tried to stand straight and looked him in the eye. I know what you're doing. I hoped he couldn't see me sweating or my knees starting to shake. Do you? What is that? He loomed over me, leaning in, examining my features. You're trying to make me crazy. I took a deep breath. It won't work. I believe it already is. Tentacles came from his back and wrapped around my wrists, dragging me over to him. I gasped and pulled against them, but it didn't seem to affect him at all. They held me up high as he rubbed his hand on my stomach. Did you think I didn't notice you stumbling about, screaming at nothing? I squirmed under his touch and looked to the side. RIRE walked up closer and rubbed his nose against my neck. Ew. Nothing to say now? Can I bite him? He pressed his tongue against my skin. No, I really want to bite him. Ew. I couldn't think of anything to say. I just bit my lip. No, him, not me. RIRE opened his mouth and bit down on my shoulder, sinking his sharp teeth into my flesh. I gasped and shuddered. I still felt like I was going crazy. It hurt, but I was blushing. Of course I was. Of course I was. Oh no. I don't like either. Neither way. The no way. Oh, God damn it. Alright, I guess we'll go the death way. And then go back or whatever. You're not going to break me. Fuck yeah. Get fucked. How are we still not dead yet? I feel like this is the longest I've ever gone without dying. In any of these games. My eyes slowly opened as I looked around my living room. I shifted and everything was sore. I was sure this time that the nightmare I'd been living was real. Good morning, little human. Yeah, fuck off. RIRE sat across the room from me with his legs crossed. Our time together is drawing to a close. I don't have time to play with you any longer. What did he mean by that? But I have one final game to play with you. I looked at him tiredly. I didn't think I could take any more games. What is it? My voice was still hoarse and tired. RIRE chuckled and put his hand out. I'm giving you one more chance to get away. How fast can you run? His voice dropped to a more serious note. If I catch you, I'll kill you. My eyes widened and I trembled, slowly getting to my feet. Don't worry, I'll walk at a nice, brisk pace just for you. RIRE slowly walked into the kitchen, giving me one more side glance as he went. Kitchen? I rushed into the kitchen and ran right into RIRE. Are you following me? RIRE grinned and shoved the tentacle through my chest. I wanted to have fun, but I put my hands on the tentacle and looked at RIRE. He patted my cheek gently. You've proven to be none of that. Fuck off. I coughed up blood and closed my eyes. Okay, so not the kitchen. Bedroom. I rushed to the bedroom. My heart was pounding.